fellas and gals. So, guess what tonight is? Let me get my phone set up. Hey, John. Welcome, welcome. So, let's see what we have tonight. Looky here. We are back to Elsie and William. I still have a lot of letters left from these two. They're not in order because some of the letters are, the dates weren't on them, so I couldn't put them in order. So I'm kind of reading them out of order. But anybody that's new here or has not been here when I've read these were actually won at an auction from a storage locker. And they are his letters to her. And he was in World War II. They met back home and they were dating, and then they got married. So they did get married. Hey, Vin. This is awesome. I love these letters. I feel so blessed to have won these letters in an auction a while ago. And so I'm going to continue reading, and it is about William and Elsie, and these are his letters to her. So it must have been her locker. Nobody in the family wanted the letters, so I inherited them, and I never want their story to end because I just love this couple. And they have a couple other friends that write in too, and I read as many as I can per night, and I have a lot left. Last year, every Wednesday in December, I started their story, and I have this tonight. I have this. I'm telling you, it was a lot of correspondence, and to get this many letters from the same people is very rare. So this will continue as long as I have the letters to read. So every Wednesday in December, I love to honor our military people, and this is how I do it. So I get through as many as I can until everybody leaves or you get tired of hearing them. So here is letter number 1. This was from February of 1945. Sometimes I mess up because I can't read the squiggles, but I do the best I can. Okay. And sometimes he writes poems, and he's just so cute. And the way they talk back then was so much more respectful than you hear nowadays. And I love this couple. I really do. You know, I tried to look them up. Hey, Kyle. And I couldn't find them. They were out of California, Valera, California. I have backtracked some of the addresses, but no luck. I would love to know if they had kids or if it comes out in the letters. I don't know what I don't read these ahead of time, so when I open them, you get what I see. So, he's got Dearest Honey. They came today. 3 of them from you, dated the 20th, 21st, and 22nd. I also need one from Hazel. Sure glad to hear you're all moved, although I guess it would take a week or more to get settled. I don't see if we met. It don't seem we have much until we start to move, and then there's more junk than 4 people ought to have. I don't wonder that you didn't get to work the following day. Trying to do all at one time. It was swell. He uses the word swell. I mean, this is funny. I love the wording. It was swell of Al to help you move, hun. That guy Al has had more leave since he's been in 7-day extension. The lucky guy. I sure hated to hear that Al had to leave. I think that going back out would be the worst. This was actually written on a Wednesday, January 31st, 1945. So, yay! I picked a good date to read them. Okay. It's the worst possible thing. I hope knowing the baby is feeling better. That cold weather you've been having doesn't help colds any. Now that you've mentioned it, that old birthday is getting near. Gosh, hun. Gosh. He says gosh. I'm sorry, but I love these words. I'm getting old, and this is sure a hell of a way to get old. I doubt very much whether I'll get the package by my birthday. I still haven't received the film. I'm glad you and Helen got the chance to take in the show in Frisco. Sure sounds good going to one of those spots. We have a radio in our mess hall now, and I can hear it from here. My sack, let me see, a something cache of K Kaiser. I don't know what that word is. My sack, a reboot of K. First time I've heard him in a long time. Gosh, I wish we were together listening to him. Oh, well, guess it will have to wait. I sure do miss you, Hump. He calls her Hump. That's his nickname for her. I think that's cute. I love my honey so much. We'll close now, sweet, until tomorrow night. Good night, darling. All my love, Bill. And at the bottom, it's got his name, William Pierce. I love his letters. I don't know what that word means. Let's see. I was trying to figure out how to use it in a sentence. I can hear it from here. My sack, it looks like a rebode cache of K Kaiser. I don't know what that word is. I tried to figure it out, but sometimes I can't. Okay, so that's letter 1. We even had pictures last year, but it wasn't of them. It was of one of the guys that was raiding in his platoon, which was really cool. So it's the only pictures I got so far besides that and a neighbor's baby. Okay, and the address on these are SF, San Francisco, California. This is Navy, and it's got the number. And he wrote to her at 1036 Main Street, Vallejo, California. So, hey, if anybody wants to help try to find this couple and more info, more power to you. Okay, dearest honey, hi, yo, Hump. No letter today. Mail goes good for a while, then it slumps off. I kind of think I'll get a couple tomorrow. We had a swell dinner tonight. Steaks, you know. How I love it. It's nice being able to have our own show hall. No, our own chow hall. We also had ice cream. Nothing but the best. I dropped a line to Lou and the gang today. I gave them the address to send and get some pictures. I just dropped a note to the company and ordered 2 sets for you, so they ought to come through in a month. They cost $1.20 a set. That's how much photos were then, $1.20 a set. That's funny. Hope they're good. I guess by now you're pretty well settled at your mom's. I sure hope so. That moving is a bad business. I still can't figure Johnny out. I sure know he's a sucker for asking to be transferred. Maybe Vera don't. Maybe Vera drove him to it. I know I never would, even if I am patriotic. I love my honey too much to ask to leave her. That's so sweet. Can't think of much more news, Hump. I'm at a loss when I don't hear from you. I still haven't heard from Josh, maybe. I don't know. No, it looks like a Y. I don't know. Guess he's having trouble trying to get over here. I know it's almost impossible from this end unless of something business. Oh well, true. Oh well, time will tell. We'll close now, hon. Nothing more to say except I miss you an awful lot, more than I can say in a letter. I guess you understand, hon. The one day I'm waiting for is when we can be together again. Good night, hon. I love you, Bill. William Pierce. William R. Pierce. I don't know what that word is. You do. Okay, so that's that letter. So there is a letter number 2. I'll read them as much as I can get done. Yay, there's Sassy Sandy. Gotta get my greetings in. Okay. So letter number 3. See, we haven't, if there's any pictures in these, I won't know until I open them because like I said, I never open them. They've been tied up in a little ribbon. It's nice here in the mail side, though. I really enjoy this. Okay, this was on my birthday, January 29th, 1945. Yes. Hello, darling. How's my honey tonight? I'm feeling pretty good as we had a good chow. Baked Virginia ham, sweet potatoes, etc. Very good. It won't last, I don't think. But while it does, I'm going to enjoy it. Received another letter from Don. About time he started rating me regular. And one from the folks. Neither one had much new to say. Gertrude said she wished Pop would become a salesman so they wouldn't have to bike into the bankroll. I don't know what that means. Bankroll? Have to admit, so they wouldn't have to something into the bankroll. I guess she wants to save it for herself. She makes me mad sometimes. I don't blame Pop if he don't work and does take it easy. He's getting up in the years and has worked all his life and desires a rest. His writing's like real cursive-y. Designs, okay, yeah, he desires a rest. If I were him, I would retire and give the business to Jimmy and Jimmy and myself. He's got plenty to last him. She said they stopped at the gun club and she said they stopped at the gun club and knows something shooting until May. Then only shells. They're only shells enough for 4 months. Oh well, they can rest, and when I get home, I'll show them how to really shoot. I'm going to teach you how to teach you how to blank so you can beat Gertrude. Teach you how to rest so you can beat Gertrude. I don't know what that word is. It looks like rest or something. No mail from you today. I'm sorry to butcher these letters. No mail from you today, hun. So guess that's about all the news I'm going to see. Something old lace with Carrie, something Carrie. Must be a movie. It says something tonight should be good. We'll close now, my darling. I miss you something awful. The time is passing fast. In my so many months, but 10 months, I think. We'll be up before we know it. Good night, sweet. Love you, Bill. I don't know what that, it says Gary? Gang? Wait a minute. Arsenic old lace with, it looks like Gang Carrie. Must be, I don't know. I'd have to look it up. But it is some type of show. Okay. So there's that letter. Maybe I should have read them before so I could figure out what these words are. But oh well. It is what it is. Okay. Hey, Nikki. Yes, they're Word 2 love letters between a husband and a wife. They weren't married at the beginning, and then they got married. And it's really cool. How are you doing, Miss Nikki? I just wish that I could read some of the words because it's the same couple. It's Elsie and William. I started their letters last year, and I got a whole bunch. This is one I won at the auction. And I love these letters. It's priceless. I've never had this many letters from the same people. Okay, this is January 28th. It says, Dearest Darling, here it is Sunday again, and I had my leg swim. I think I got a little sunburn, although I wasn't out no longer than usual. Sun's funny out here. Anyway, it's not bad. Reed and myself had a pretty good luck with our spears today. We made some nice shots and got a couple larger ones. As usual, I'm tired as can be. We opened up our mess hall today. They really threw a feed. Pork, corn, mashed potato soup, ice cream, chocolate cake, biscuits, lemonade. Heck, he's making me hungry. Yep, they started out in general fashion. Hope they keep it up. Tonight I went up to the amphitheater. They had a something orchestra. A Clomy, Almy, I don't know. Something orchestra was pretty good. One of the men was a former player in Charlie Spivak's orchestra. He has a good voice. All in all, their entertainment was very good. I skipped a picture so I could get back to the barracks and say goodnight to my honey. Aw. Gosh, what? Something different in this kind of a Sunday and the kind we used to spend. I'll wake up for that, honey, won't we? Good night, my darling. Love you, Bill. These letters are so awesome, though. I love them. Yes. It's like I said, I wish I knew more about the couple themselves because I love his letters to her. Sometimes it's the words because it's not like words familiar at this time, and it makes it hard for me to read it because they just talk different and more respectful back then. Let's see here. This was January 27th. These must be backward order. Dearest honey, received your letter of the 19th today, Hump. He calls her Hump. That's his nickname for her, Nick. Hump Hump. Maybe she's a leg humper. The little one you wrote at lunchtime. He's got shame of you instead of shame on you for leaving your bus ticket at the house at home and forgetting to take your coat. Sweet, you won't have to worry about bus tickets anymore now that you're moving to Vallejo. That's Vallejo, California. I'm sure glad you won't have to commute anymore. So old Kasky the second is doing okay with the girls. A kiss in the morning. If that so and so ever did so much as look at sideways at you, I'd break that puny little jaw of his. He's defending her. Oh my God, that's so funny. Oh, at any rate, he did give you some transportation a few times, which was very nice. No matter how nice he tried to be, I couldn't like him. Oh, Sweezy, some jealousy in there. We do. Well, where are you getting enough red points to send the folks? Oh, yes, Vera. Guess she figured meat costs too much. I don't know if this is like the rationing time. Talking about me at I wonder where it is all going. If there was a shortage of spam. See, spam was something that was popular in the Depression. And I know a lot of homesteaders talk about it on here. It keeps for a long time shelf life in your pantry. So that's interesting. I'd say if it was because we're getting it all out of here, the flights were pretty good last night. Not too much class, but a lot of slugging. Some of the boys really went after one another while some of the others got knocked for a loop. I picked the white corner. One corner is red, the other white, and something was 35 cents a fight on the man in my corner. I lost $1.05 on the wrong corner. I was robbed. Must have been fights they were betting on $1 or something. That's funny. Okay. Well, my lovely wife, guess I'll pass on all the latest news. I think we're going to have tomorrow off, so I'll be swimming. So it'll be swimming for me. Seems funny being able to swim every week. Sometimes it rains like the devil when we're in the water, but that don't bother us a bit. And it usually stops before long. I miss you awful lot, Hemp, and love you with something terrible, Bill. So that was easy to read. Yes, I know. I love it. I love what he has to say. Sometimes he puts quirky poems in. You just never know what's going to be in his letters. I love when he would write her quirky poems. They were funny. Okay, let's see what this one says. I'm so excited because I get to go through this, reading them to you guys. This is January 26th. Dearest darling, he wrote her quite often, like almost every day. Writing a little early tonight. I'm going to go to the fights at 18:15. It must be military time. I enjoyed the last one, so we'll see how these are. Read your letter of the 19th today. Where are you getting all the film? pulling a something. If that big mutt Don don't send us some pictures after he gets that film, I'll shoot him. I still haven't received the film you sent me. It takes forever for a package to get out here. I'm glad you like the girls upstairs so well. Hope you have a good time when you and the girls go out and celebrate your returning to, how do you say that? Vallejo, California. I don't know, but that's where they're at. She's at, her family. In spite of how much I dislike Vallejo. Let's see. I'd sure give a lot to be their guest. A guy never knows when he's well off. Yes, hun, I know how much mail helps. That's why I try so hard to write every night. Your mail means everything to me, Hump, and I don't know what I'd do without it. I know a couple of fellows here that haven't been receiving theirs regularly, and they are walking around in a daze. One starts imagining too many things when he don't receive mail. Oh well, I can count on my honey. She never lets me down. See, that's like something that men worried about not getting letters, and they like, it's just strange because you think that would be more of a female thing, but actually the males felt that way too. Well, sweet, getting awfully close to chow time, so I better get in line. Our mess hall is opening up Sunday, so we won't have to hike 3 blocks to get our chow. Our daily schedule will change too, and we won't have to get up until 5:45. That's really sounds good. Must close now, sweet. I love you, Bill. P.S. Gosh, I miss my honey. He says gosh. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, Randy. Hey, Metro. Thanks for coming in. We are continuing the World War II letter reading from William to his wife, Elsie. And I think they are so cute. And if anybody is a history buff out there and you hear any information and you want to try to find any information about this couple, more power to you. I've tried to, but I couldn't find anything. I want to know more. I want to know more. Okay. I want to know, did they have kids? Did they have grandkids? I want to know their life. More. Okay. January 25th. Dearest honey, received your letters of the 16th and 17th. Also one from the folks and one from Lou. Gertrude sent me a few snapshots, one of herself and Jimmy holding a bunch of ducks. One of Pop and Alta, one of Lorraine, and one of some of the men out at the skill field. I don't know. Something field. Gertrude sure likes you, hun. She says she has 3 girls now, and it won't be long for she has 4, meaning Anne. She told me that you had a little trouble making cookies one day. Shortage of eggs. Dear old thrifty Vera, no wonder John gained 20 pounds after going into the Navy. That's funny. So Alberg left things in a pretty bad mess. I guess it was a good thing he left and went into some work he enjoys and knows. I guess his leaving was for the good of everybody. I'm glad you were down the folks for dinner. So Pop bought a newsreel film of the fighting. Guess it didn't show much. The part in the clipping about a Paradise Island, they ought to send the editor of that article out here and make him or her stay here for the duration of the war. I'm glad the pictures of the folks took before I left turned out good. I'd like to see them. Gertrude also mentioned showing the pictures of our picnic in Tracy. We sure had a good time that day, eh? He says, eh. One other thing she also mentioned was a swimming mask Lorraine bought for me. I'm looking forward to it. I'm feeling okay now. Lots better than yesterday. Well, darling, that's about the latest. That's about the latest dope. That's what it looks like. That's about the latest. I don't know. Havana heard from, I don't know if that's Yosh. I think it's Yosh instead of Josh. It looks like a Y. Yosh, Queen, he's working on trying to get that trip over here. I'm going to try and drop a line to the folks tonight. I'm really getting behind again. Good night for now, darling. I love you, Bill. Sure do miss you, honey, under his PS. My honey. He's so cute. Okay. So that's his letter. Cherise, you're just in time. World War II letter reading time. Taking a crafty break. Okay, and here's the next letter. If you guys want a break, just let me know. If you need a pee break or whatever, bring your popcorn, bring your drinks. This was January 24th. Hiya, honey. How my sweet little one only tonight. Tops, I hope. I don't feel so... Okay. I don't feel too... I don't know if he's saying spiffy. Something with an S. I don't feel too so something with an S night now. Got a hold of something last night that made me sick. I'm much better tonight, but it was kind of a rough day. I'll be in tip-top shape tomorrow. Received your letter of the 15th today. Sounds like that ship was pretty messed up. Anyway, the boys on her will get a little time in the States while the ship is being fixed. Tomorrow, if I get time, I'm going to start an index tickles file. I don't know what that means. It looks like it says tickles. That's going to be a job. I think about as easy a way to find stuff in a file as there is. I guess I'll know for sure when I get there. Gosh, I'm having an awful time trying to write. My old mind just won't function tonight. The news sounds good. Russia, only 150 miles from Berlin and pushing right along, and we're doing okay in the Philippines. They can't get this over too soon to suit me. Well, Hump, I think I'll close for now. I miss you something awful, hun. Good night now. I love you, Bill. That is crazy. And, you know, one thing I do have to share is my husband served in the military when we were younger. And yes, I got to go see where he was stationed. And yes, I got to see the ship pull in with all of them saluting around the rim of the ship. And I got to tour an aircraft carrier, which was really exciting. And I have pictures somewhere of me standing on the carrier. And it was really cool to see it. He served in the Navy. And it's so funny how sometimes William will put stick people in her notes. It's like his early letters. My husband does that too. It's so funny because they both served in the Navy. I just like the irony. Okay. So here is, this is Selma, California. Selma. And I've looked up all these places I've seen so far, and I cannot find no trail of these people. Dear Elsie, I guess you think I have about forsaken you, didn't you? I have been so busy moving and worrying that I haven't had much else. We came down on a bus last Friday evening and traveled all night. We started from, it looks like NAPE at 7:45 Friday night and got here at 6:45 Saturday morning. It sure was a long trip. Jerry was good, though I slept part of the way. They had some movers come over to get the miscellaneous things and bring them down. They haven't gotten here so far, though. We didn't get the gas for Haley's car or Harry's car, so we couldn't use it. Maybe Harry's car. This looks like a letter from somebody else. Does it look like William's writing? How are you getting along? Did you receive any of your back mail yet? Honestly, I've been so sick that I can hardly stand it. Maybe it is him. No, this is from Vera. Okay. I have to tow the something down here. The Mac. I have to tow the Mac down here and be a little angel. I'll be glad when Johnny comes home for good. What's doing with Bill? My brother's wife got a letter from my brother, and he said he was being transferred somewhere, and we have a bunch. It might be the Philippines. Have you found a place to live yet? I guess it will be some time before I find anything. I hope it's not too long, though. We are sure having a storm here today. It rained all night. Last night, and it's still going strong. And I hate these kind of days. Johnny started back Saturday evening at 7 and got a ride right away to Fresno. When he got out there, a woman came along and asked him if he could drive. So he drove clear to the gate at Treasure Island. She was going up there to see her husband at Hunters Point and came in on a something. Came in on a Sunday, came in on a something short. He got up there at 12:30, so he made good time. Jesse is jabbing about the choo-choo train. He loves to watch go by. He was out there in the sand and plays in it, and he has a swell time. Well, Elsie, I had to write to Johnny, so guess I will close for now. Write as soon as you can find time. My address is Route Box 451A, Selma, California. Love, Vera. So they're like all from almost the same area. Hey, CDC. Are you being a good boy? Hey, Stacy. Welcome into World War II letter reading. My favorite couple of all time. They are so awesome. Okay. So the next letter, these are the airmail type envelopes. Aren't they cool? Oh, this says it was postmarked January 29th on my birthday. 1945. I wasn't here yet, people. I wasn't even thought of at that time. My dad would have been 2 years old at this period. That's so funny to think. Okay. Dearest honey, did pretty good today. 2 letters from you, the 13th and 15th. One from Jimmy and one from Hazel and one from B of A. Okay. Offering me the sale of some stock at $53 a share. No soap. Let me know if you find out where Dell sent, hun. I'd like to drop him a line. Poor Helen really got herself in for something when she fell heir to 2 babies and a ready-made family. Guess she knew what she was doing. Living in Vallejo at your mom's house will sure give you more time to yourself. That lousy commuting really takes a lot of time, and I'm glad you won't have to do it anymore. Spanky? Spanky? I thought I was the only one that used the word spank. Spanky is quite the writer now. Guess he's getting cuter every day. I love it. I can't forgive John putting in for sub duty when he's right near home at TI. He'll be sorry. Okay, so mention. Jimmy mentioned in his letter that he and Penny get along perfect. I'm sure glad to hear that. After the war, the 4 of us will go out lots, as we are agreeable to anything just like us. I went to the fights tonight. They were the finals of the Army tournaments. 6 bouts, I don't know. And I enjoyed them a lot. First fights I've seen for a long time. None of us went and are back in time to still get a letter off. Hazel didn't have much to say except she's been busy as a bee. Had to change all her books over for 1945. She also says she likes her new office. Old one done over with new equipment, and it makes it a lot easier to work. Well, my dearest little wife, isn't that cute? Little wife. Let her close before the lights go off. Take good care of yourself, and don't get yourself all worked up in the moving. Good night, sweet. I love you, Bill. P.S. 3rd anniversary. That's a date. I'd better be home at that time. I like his little PSs too. So there's that. He's so cute. Next letter. This was postmarked January 22nd of 1945. Okay. Dearest honey, guess I'll start in the same way I do every Sunday. Boy, I am tired. Slept until 0800 hours. I was still awake from 0700, had coffee and fruit juice. Made my run to the docks, chow again, then swimming. Homer. Oh, that's funny. That's one of my grandfather's names, Homer. And myself stayed in all the afternoon till time for everything till time for evening chow. Reed's name is Clearly, but his middle name is Homer. Back at our former place, I started to call him Homer, and now most everyone does. A heck of a name to wish on him. My grandfather's name was Homer Frank, one of them. I think that's funny. Anyway, I'm still tired now from all that swimming, and I'm ready for the sack. I got a letter off to family names, people. They had some crazy family names. Homer Frank was my one grandfather's name, and Sumner Woodrow was the other. Oh my gosh, I would never put that on a kid. Jimmy Ann last night. It had been almost 3 weeks. It had been almost 3 weeks since I had written. Seems like I never get my writing caught up. I guess I never will. I think you rate's pretty good. Well, my lovely wife, I know this isn't much for a letter, but please forgive me. I'm so tired. I can't think. And I never got any mail today. I miss you an awful lot, sweet. More than you realize. We'll close now and do lots better tomorrow night. Good night, hun. I love you, Bill. Look how he scribbles his name. Isn't it like so good? He's got like these little squiggles. I don't know. I just love these letters. You can't put a price on these. I'm sorry. These are priceless. They just aren't. I need a drink. Give me a drink of water. I get a tooth that needs fixed, so I'm taking risks. Next week, and I'm hoping it'll be healed by the following Wednesday. I know, Nick, isn't that funny? Homer Simpson. Okay. See what this is. Pretty thick. I wish there was more pictures. I want pictures. I want to know what this couple looks like because I just think they're cute. Okay, this was written January 20th. Dearest honey, received your letters of the 11th and 12th today. The one of the 12th came all the way out here without being canceled. How about that? Think I'll use it and save money, you know? I'm really not that tight, honest. So you got the B of A pen. That was a nice letter they wrote. I don't know what that means. B of A pen. When enclosing the pen and sending it to you, something that he got, some kind of pens or something. Sometimes they surprise me. You wear it, hun, and tell everyone that means I was president of the barrack. Sorry you haven't been water goggles for me, hun. How about Dad? Have you asked him to try? Keep trying and make him try, cause I would sure love them. Get to. Okay, that's fine. My phone fell. If you have the chance. As for the album, it's getting pretty full. I need another one, and if you haven't sent me another one like the one I have, you can send me a bigger. Let's see. No, send me a longer one, but not too. No, send me a larger one, but not too large. Just an average size one would be fine. You might also send some of those little stickers for securing the pictures in the album. Don't want much, do I? You sure receive a lot of mail from Dawn. Dottie might get jealous. Yeah, Dawn was the other friend that wrote letters in the first batch. And Dottie. I've read letters from both of them. If she knew, you know, we can overdo a thing. Specifically, Don isn't hearing from Dot too often, although he said in the last letter I had from him that his mail from her was coming through a lot better. Also, that she sent him I think he was the one I had a picture of, real nice wristwatch for Christmas. But I suppose you know all that already. You mentioned again about getting a place for yourself. I hope by the time you receive this letter, you have the idea out of your mind. I wouldn't be worth a damn out here if I knew you were living in an apartment by yourself in Vallejo, even with a couple harebrained NAD girls. I don't know, something girls. I hope you'll agree that it isn't such a good idea, although I can see your point too. I feel so helpless being way out here and not being able to do anything but tell you what I think. I only hope I can make it up to you after this blasted war. I'm looking forward to the picture of you and the NAD. So NAD must stand for something. Going at the ceremonies. As far as not having heels on, I'm glad. I want my honey to be just the way she was when I was home. I remember when you used to criticize other girls for wearing silk stockings to work all the time. Don't change on me, hump. You are perfect as far as I'm concerned. Remember the little picture I got from you when we first started to go together? Well, it's on the first page of my photo album. I always did like that picture because it wasn't posed, just natural, just a natural. Tomorrow we have off, so I guess I'll get my swim in. I'm going to try and build a shooter for my spear in the morning. My freehand action isn't so accurate underwater. I think the shooter will turn the trick, I hope. Well, my darling, must close for now as it's getting pretty late. Good night, sweet. I love you, Bill. P.S. Oh, how I miss my honey. That's so sweet. He misses her. Okay. They're just a cute, cute, cute couple. It's weird. It's like there was postage due on this because it was extra. And look, there was 2 3-cent stamps just slapped on there. They're just like, okay. Even postage was picky in 1945. Hold on over here. I dropped my phone and some other stuff on the floor. Got to do a little pickup. It has stuff I need to shred. Put it through my shredder. Okay. I pick up my phone. Did I pin somebody? Yes, I did. How do you? Okay. Sorry, Stacy. I didn't mean to pin you. I don't know. I have no clue. I just know I love the way he writes. These letters are so awesome. How people could sell them, I have no clue, because to me, there's like no price value on these, you know? Sandy, are you still with me or are you sleeping? She goes, I had to wait a damn year. All year to hear these. Sorry. It's my December thing. Okay. Dearest darling, don't know much to write, no mail today. I came down to a friend's hub, and about that time they called out for some men to form a fight party. So I dropped my writing paper, and in the truck I jumped around and around And we went every time we stopped, someone would just down the road swell fights. Well, I'll be back now, a little dirty from dusk, a little wiser, but I didn't see any fights. Oh well, maybe next time. That just about takes in all the excitement for the day. I meet the new somebody. Blank and blank. Striker today. He's a nice fellow. I don't know what that means. Must be some rank or something. I meet the new something and something today. He's a nice fellow from Alabama. Has a wife and 2 little girls. I think we'll get along okay. I had good intentions of writing Jimmy and Ann tonight, but now it's too late. Tomorrow it will have to do. Remember our Saturday nights before I had to leave? We used to have some swell times then, but the ones I liked best was when we slipped away on Sundays all by ourselves. Big basin, something, big basin, something, Sacramento. Must be somewhere they must have went somewhere in Sacramento, California. Those were the days and how I missed them. Well, my lovely wife, guess I'll close now. Gosh, how I miss my honey. Good night, sweet. Love you, Bill. Don't know some of these places. That's why I have a hard time reading some of these words, too. It's like he. Okay. Next. This is the batch. Oh, this is like really chewed. Look how dirty that letter is. Whoop, whoop. Ooh, this is going to be fun to try to read. It is dirty and smudged. Good, Sandy, staying awake. Dearest honey, received your letter of the 10th today, Hump. Sure glad to hear you're completed with a dentist. I wish I was. I guess you're happy too. Anyway, now that you've had that taken care of, neither of us have to worry about your teeth. I wish mine were as good as yours. I don't think I have any cavities, but my teeth are bad in every other way. Oh, well, I can't have everything, but I darn near have by having you, hun. Aw. Gosh, but I hate to think about you having to move again, Hump. It was a job for the 2 of us when we had our car, but by yourself it isn't so good. Anyway, as I said last night, no apartment by yourself or with some harebrained girls from the depot. I hope you don't do anything foolish like that, hun, and I'm sure you won't if I know my honey. I do. Give a lot of thought to what I said in last night's letter and let me know what's what. Well, the help arrived today. I turned out to be 5 and, or I don't know what that is, 5 and 1C. Why? Oh, still leaves me as the head yeoman. Yeoman. That's what that word was. There was a new yeoman. I thought that's what it was. Ha ha. I also need a letter from Dawn and one from Al. Gosh, Al got a real lucky break in getting a chance to get home with the other sick men. I hope none of the others were any worse off than Al. It's sure nice of him as he stops by Dawn's mother's home and tells her how Dawn is getting along. Dawn told me in his letter, he puts LTR for letter, that Al was going to stop there, and Al told me in his letter that he was going to do it, so I guess it's being done. Well, darling, we'll close now. I'm going to try and get a hair cut. It looks like Cub. A haircut. Sure need one. I'm afraid they will give me a violin case if I let it go too much longer. I guess he needs some cheese with this violin. I don't know. Good night, my sweet. I love you, Bill. Miss you awful much. That's so sweet. Even dirty, I could read it. At least try to. Next. Come on, give me some pictures. No other pictures since last year. The only ones I saw. Dearest honey, receive your letters of the 6th, 7th, and 8th, and 9th, plus one from Lou and one from the Hazel. Pretty good, huh? Lou sent me a bunch of pictures, the one of Elle and myself, you and me leaning on the car, Jimmy, somebody, Lily, you and me on, maybe it's Ann. No, I don't know. Somebody with an A. You and me at the, I think that's Skeet Field, a number of Arlene and a few others. They were sure good. I put about all of them in the album already. Incidentally, hun, let's see. Better get me another one, because there won't be much room left when I finished putting these pictures in. Gosh, I don't blame your mother for feeling bad about losing $200. How did she do that? Wow, $200 was a lot of money back then. You better take good care of that cold young lady. They aren't to be messed with. They lead to too much trouble. Gosh, but you're having a lot of changes in the office. Steve taking Al somebody's place, and then somebody taking Nesbitt's place. It looks like Zavitz taking Nesbitt's place. Wish I could take somebody's place there. Severe is going to move. Damn her hide. I guess you will have to move. But one thing for sure, don't be thinking about getting our apartment by yourself. That's one thing I'm absolutely against. It's bad enough having to live in Vallejo without living alone. If you don't want to live at home, then I would rather you quit NAD and move down with the folks, or maybe with Lily. It's bad enough being so blasted far away from you without worrying about you living alone. I want to feel that my honey is as happy as can be and also as safe. I don't think I could I don't think I could with you living alone. Anyway, I'm sure you were only thinking and wouldn't do anything as foolish. But let me know what you think. When did you turn out to be an artist that was wife's pinup? A boy really has his points, especially that pointed beard. I don't know what he's talking about. If this rotten war doesn't end soon, I'm afraid I'll look that way when I get home. Or did I when I left? Anyway, at any rate, all I want to do is get home to my honey. Boy, do I miss her. If I was Al and Helen, I would sell that car right now. That's the only way to avoid future trouble. And there will be, mark my word. And still get their money out of it. My help didn't arrive yet. Maybe I'll be the help, as I still don't know what's what. I still don't know what something they will be. Well, my dear little wife, guess it's about time to close. Did pretty good tonight. 5 pages. I miss you terribly, Hump. Good night for now. I love you, Bill. P.S. 2 months on this rock seems like 2 years. Okay. I don't know if he's controlling with her about not living alone, or if back then the place wasn't the best place to leave and he's concerned about her living alone for her safety purposes. Can't figure that part out yet. Okay. Next letter. Because I know back then, there was more respect, but I don't know. I'm not sure what to think of that. Okay. Dearest darling, tonight I had the urge to go for a swim. So at 16:30, I hurried down, and there was missing for some reason. It's cut out, and it's not in the envelope. He hurried down somewhere, met Reed, a friend of mine, and in we went. The water was a little rough, and it made the water a little hazy. Usually the water is so clear you can see 20 or 30 feet underwater, but not so tonight. We saw some fish, but the majority of them were hiding in the rocks. The current was awful strong, and the tide was in, so sometimes the water was over our head. Usually it is only about 4 to 5 feet deep. Going out was easy, but coming back, we had to swim like the devil, as that tide was really running. Anyway, I had an enjoyable swim and still made it in time for chow. Didn't get any mail today, so I haven't much news. Tomorrow or the next day, I'm supposed to get that help. I'll believe it when I see it. Well, darling, think I'll close and hit the old sack. One thing about swimming is it makes you tired and sleepy. Amen to that. I remember my butt being kicked living in a swimming pool. Good night, my sweet. I love you, Bill. P.S. Sure do miss my honey. That's so sweet. I don't know. Maybe that was cut out for something to do with their photo album. I don't know, but I know it's not in the envelope. Okay. So the next letter we have I'll try to get through one batch at a time. This is different paper. It's like a red. And I think it's taped. Okay. Dearest honey, sorry I didn't write last night, but at the stroke of 16:30, I was off down the road to the beach. I met Reed down there and we had a swim. We spend every Sunday swimming, and as we didn't get yesterday off, we took our swim after work. I found a beautiful shell, and as soon as it dries out, which will be a month or two, I'll send it to you. All the boys are blank of it, are something of it. We stayed in the water longer than we thought and missed chow. So after showering, we came up and raided my canned supply. Shrimp, anchovies, a Melba toast, cherry cookies. What a meal, but it saved us from getting hungry. Anyway, we threw the bull about our wonderful wives until the damn lights went out. So consequently, we didn't rate our honeys. They talked about them. I received our letters of the 4th and 5th. Thanks a million for the pictures, hon. Send as many as you can, especially of you. How about the one of you and me against our former car? Hey, hon, the old bankroll is growing. What do they call the old bankroll? Is that like bankroll? Is that something back then? I don't know. Keep up the good work for doing my part, as I have 175 on the books, and by the end of the month, I'll have about 260. Not only that, but I still have more than enough on me. Pretty good, eh? I also received a letter from the folks and one from Dawn. Gertrude did her usual crying about no work as if they wanted any. She thinks she has it tough. She should see how lots of other people live. She told me how pleased you were when you received my gift for Christmas, that that makes me happy. One thing about Gertrude, she sure likes my honey. Anyone that don't ought to be shot because they haven't any brains. Well, my darling, don't know how much more to say, so guess I better close. One thing more. Dawn said Dottie sent me a Christmas gift in a picture, but I haven't received it yet. Hope it don't get lost. Gosh, I have to drop her a line one of these days. Dawn has given me her address about 3 times. Good thing. Good night, my sweet. I love you, Bill. P.S. How I miss my honey. And that's that letter. Once I start reading his letters, some of his flourishes make better sense. Sometimes it's just hard to read his writing. Does anybody need a break yet? I don't. I love these letters. Okay. Dearest honey, how's my sweet little wife tonight? You better be in tip-top shape or I'll come right home and raise Cain. I remember that saying, raising Cain. No letters today, Hump. Only 5 for the whole outfit today. Okay. Funny how that darn mail goes. Sometimes it comes through regularly for a week. Then it goes just the opposite, and we don't get hardly any. Great War. Darling, how's the pictures coming along? Have you sent me any yet? I hope so, because I'm awfully anxious to get them. Tomorrow we have to work. Tomorrow we have to work. Something is an hour later. Reversible, something like that. We have to work reversible. An hour later is 600. So that extra hour will sure feel good. It's still hard for me to get up in the morning. There's nothing out here that feels so good as the old sack at 0500 in the morning. Tonight we have lights. We've had kerosene lamps up till now, but these lights are so much better. Maybe I can finish my book. I'm about halfway through and it's very good. We have a pretty good stock of pocketbook editions and also get a fair supply of fairly recent magazines. So I guess we'll have enough reading material out here. I'll tell you what you can do. Send me the Sunday Fundies where you get send me the Sunday Funnies when you get them with send me the Sunday Funnies when you get something with them. When you get something with them, I don't know. Through with them. When you get through with them. Okay, so he's telling her to read them first. Okay. I guess you can send them the same way you sent those grapevines. I think I might sneak down about 16:30 tomorrow night and get in a half an hour swim. That's my recreation and manual exercise for the week. It's a good thing I like swimming. Well, darling, I can't think of much more to say. So we'll close by sending you a big kiss. And he put smack. Good night, sweet. I love you, Bill. That was cute. He gave her a smack. Okay. A smackful kiss. Look how many we read so far. The pile's getting smaller. Okay, let's see here. Dearest honey, no mail today, Hump. It hasn't been coming through so good lately. I did my share of writing last night. After I finished your letter, I wrote one to Dawn. Still not satisfied, I turned on the flashlight and wrote a letter to the folks and one to Yosh. I asked, it's either Yosh or Yost. One to Yost, but it's definitely a Y. It could be Yost. To come over if he could make it. We can swap tall tales about our islands. I sure wish I could get a chance to go over there. Don't think there's much chances of it, though. We have to work this Sunday. Something came up, so I guess I won't get my weekly swim in. Seems funny to think about swimming in January. Tell me about it. I've always wanted to have a pool party on my birthday. But I guess a person can swim here most of the year. They say the rainy season is about 3 or 4 months long and starts on June. There are very few days that we don't have rain. Just a shower and it's gone. One thing though, you need a blanket at night when you finish to go to bed. You don't need one, but after an hour or so, it feels pretty good. Here I am rattling off and not saying a thing. Don't have anything to say except how much I miss and love you. I guess this damn war can't last forever. It had better not. Well, Hump, guess I'll close for now. Good night, sweet. All my love, Bill. I think he's talking, I don't know if he's still in the Philippines. Not sure where he's at. But I know that they were in the Philippines at one point. And I remember the days of mail. Navy mail would come fast and Navy mail would come slow. It's still that way today. Okay. Next letter. He always asks her to send pictures. Where's his pictures, darn it? Okay. Dearest darling, received 2 letters from you today. Hooray. They were dated the 2nd and the 3rd, so you're thinking about our 2nd anniversary already. Don't seem like a real anniversary. He has anniversary with me way out here. Let's hope I'll be home for the anniversary in 1946. We'll really make it a big one, hun, to make up for the one we're going to lose. So, okay. LV Hill is getting married now. Seems like all the girls got married after working in that office a while. I won't say anything about the men. Honey, I don't think we should worry about where we're going to live after the war. Oakland is the one and only place, hun. Yes, I think I'll go back to the bank for a while until I get straightened out and accustomed to civilization life again. Then I hope the opportunity presents itself so we can put some of our other plans into effect. At any rate, I don't think I ever want to leave Oakland again except our month vacation in Oregon after the war. Oh, me, hun, talking about us like that makes me awful lonesome for you. I sure do miss my honey. Guess I'll close now, hun, and try and scratch a few lines to Dawn before the lights go out. Good night, sweet. I love you, Bill. Interesting. So they want to move to Oakland, California. Okay. I think I checked Oakland too. I'm not sure. Trying to find stuff about these people because I think they're cool. Next letter. Hey, Ja. Hey, South Michigan. Hold on, I gotta catch up with chat. We are reading World War II love letters. Hey, South, and welcome. And there's Ja. the new mommy. How's that baby doing? Is your baby daughter, is she smothering her? Is Odessa smothering the new baby? Dearest honey, how's my girl today? No mail again, 4 days in a row. I did get a letter from Dawn and a couple packages from Jim and Ann. Or Jim and somebody. One package was a book, Sad Sacks, just a bonded cartoon book, but I got a big kick out of it. The other was a box of candy. It was swell of them to send it. Dawn's letter was dated the 20th. It sure took long enough to get here. I suppose it went clean back to Hawaii and then out here. He didn't have much to say except that he and Jean had gotten together a few times before he left. Dawn sure has hit lucky in getting to see Jean. Al and his brother-in-law Bill, since being in the Admiralties, I don't know what that word is. I sure would like to see all of them. What a treat that would be. Oh, well, suppose that will have to wait. Well, darling, don't know much more to say. I'm getting awful far behind in my correspondence. Seems like after something from work. Seems like after I something from work, eat and shower, there is only time to rate you. I even have a bucket of clothes waiting for me. Oh, well, I'll never know the difference in 100 years. Okay. We'll close now, honey. Miss you something awful. I'm afraid I'll eat you up when I get home because I'll be so glad to see you. Good night, sweet. I love you, Bill. What the heck is that word? Seems like after it should be like get home from work, but no, it starts with the letter S. Seems like after I secure home from work. It looks like the word secure. I don't know. Something. Okay. I try to figure out his rating. Sometimes it's just difficult. Okay. Next letter. Aw, who's crying? The baby? Oh, those tiresome nights when they're just babies. They wore me out. Even my brand new puppy did when she was little. Oh, she wore me out through potty training. Dearest darling, I just received my Christmas gifts from the bank. It was really nice. It contained a pipe, 2 packages of tobacco. I'm smoking now, cough, cough. Pipe cleaners, package of good razor blades, a razor, small plastic set, but real nice, a fingernail set, scissors, wood cuticle removal file, tweezers, all in a nice little leather case. A windproof lighter. Wow, that would be nice. 1 light Kleizers, a pinpoint flashlight, and the Bank of America Digest covering 1944. Oh, yes. The book Ox I think it says ox boar incident also. All in all, I thought it was just about as nice a present possible. One more thing, a package of cigarettes in a case. It was even a nicer gift than last year. Sure surprised me. I think I'll drop them a note of thanks. I also received a letter from Hazel and one from Yost, who no letters from you, hun. Hazel was very disappointed not seeing you at Christmas. It made me mad when I found out she stayed home Christmas instead of going out to lose. Her friend Bill, an old boyfriend, was over, so it was okay for her, but it sure couldn't have been much of a Christmas for Bob. Anyways, she said the presents you bought her were really swell and she liked them very much. My honey always buys things to make others happy. A big kiss for you. Yost was sure surprised to find out I was so near him. He said he's working 7 days a week, plus bad that they, no, plus something that they are now living in, plus that they are now living in something huts and are getting squared away pretty good. It's a type of hut. Poinsett hut, something like that. He expressed hope of getting a 48 and coming over to visit me. He said, I guess it's 48 hours. He said some men got to come over here to visit uncles, so he was going to try and visit his only cousin. I'm going to write him and tell him to try and make it, and that I'll see that he gets someplace to sleep. It would really be a treat to see someone out here from home. Sure hope he makes it. Well, darn, guess that's all the dope for now. He did use the word dope. I thought that's what he used. I sure do miss my little honey. Dope meaning the news. Good night. Sweet. I love you, Bill. It's all the dope you get, people. It's all the news. I like the words they used back then for slang, too. It's too funny. Okay. And then next letter. Dearest honey, I just received your package containing a can of nuts, a box of cookies, and the erasers. I don't know what the date was, but it was sent to 128, so I guess it must be from around the end of September or 1st of October. Don't know whatever took it so long to get out of here, but it finally arrived. Thanks a million, honey. I also need a calendar from Hazel, the kind with all the funny monkey pictures on it that took care of the mail situation for the day. No letters. I felt okay today after being so tired last night. The exercise did me good, even if it did make me tired. I waited in line to go to the show tonight. And after I got in, I had already seen the picture. It was 10 to life. No, it was something to life. I don't know. With, here we go again. Frank, something Tone, Dick Powell, and Mary Martin. Remember, we saw it together good too. Or true to life. It was true to life, not 10 to life. True to life. Okay. Last night when I was laying in bed, a tarantula came crawling down the wall and stopped just above my bed. Oh, God. Here we go in Spiderville. I don't feel so bad about spiders being down in my bookstore now. He had a spider too. My bed, and he has in parentheses caught. Some guy came over and took a swing at it but missed, and then he couldn't find it. Later he found it on someone's locker, a box, and again missed it. They're trying to kill it and they keep missing it. Then the damn thing again appeared on my sea chest. Once again, the fellow missed and couldn't find it. Was so that couldn't find it. So that was the end until this morning when I got up, I picked up my pants and outran the spider. He sounds like me trying to kill spiders downstairs. I got him, oh yes, hun, and something scratched out. This is quite an island. Well, darling, must close now. I've started your book on Greenland. It's the first book I've read since I've joined this outfit. I've got about an hour, so I will try and get it finished. So far, it's good. Good night, sweet. I love you, hun, Bill. Gosh, how I miss you. I wonder if they mark out some of these because it's like confidentiality to do with the military. Because he wrote hun and he wrote the name of the place. That's the second time that's been marked out, and it makes me wonder, which could be a possibility. Did somebody found the letters? They don't want them to know. Okay. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Look at the pile we read tonight. Look at that. Okay. Next. I love these letters though. I do. Okay. Dearest honey, received your letter of the first today. I guess you were plenty tired when you wrote me, having only about 2 hours sleep the night before. Well, right now I'm just as tired, if not more so. Charlie Reed, the fellow who wants you to send the photo album to his wife, and myself went in the water about 13:30 and never got out till 17:30. Tour straight hours. Something straight hours in the water. I don't know. We're like a couple of kids out there, never get enough. My chest even hurts from holding my breath so long today. We each had a spear and spent at least half of our time, probably more, underwater trying to spear fish. These fish are just too fast for us. I managed to get 2 little ones. One of them filled up with water as soon as I speared him and looked like a ball. I took this spear out and let him go. He floated on top until the water squirted out, and then he swam away. That's crazy. They sure have strange fish here. That completes my day off. It's sure a good thing I enjoy swimming. Otherwise, I wouldn't enjoy myself so much on my day off. Next Sunday, the out is going to try and get a boat. The outfit is going to try and get a boat for a fishing party. They will also furnish hooks and lines. Sure hope it works out. You know me and my fishing. Gosh, and I'm having a hard time writing tonight. I'm so tired my brain won't function. Guess I'll have to close and crawl under my mosquito netting and call it a night. Good night for now. I love you, Bill. P.S. I found the large half of a wishbone enclosed in your letter today, hun, but no explanation. I saved it, so write and give me the story on it. That was funny. A wishbone. Next. Hey, Lisa. I'm a peeking. I'm enjoying these letters. How are you tonight? Okay. Dearest darling, nothing new today. No mail, no nothing. I got myself a fishing spear. Now it's small but good enough to shoot at small fish. Gosh, and I sure hope you can get me those diving goggles. Swimming with them is really the only source of getting your mind off everything and getting exercise. Excuse me now, hun. I'm being paged. Dearest darling, continued. Gosh, hun, what a letter. The above is. I'm sorry, hun, but I couldn't help it. Honest. Maybe you understand things are better today. I received 3 letters from you dated 29th, 30th, and 1st. The lamp doesn't offer me any more trouble now. I don't have the duty there anymore all night. Thank goodness for that. So, somebody received his orders, boy, and find out where. Let's see. So somebody with the letter D, Dell, somebody received his orders and find out where he's going so I can drop him a line. How about Hurlman? Even Dell got his he likes the word EH. Well, I don't particularly care. In his case, he let me down, if you know what I mean. There must be a screw loose in Johnny's head for putting in for sea duty. He don't know what he's getting into. Tell him I said things twice, to think twice before he does. I will almost guarantee he'll be out here before this damn war is over without putting in for it. And Vera is planning to move to Selma if John goes. I hadn't figured on that. Gosh, more worries. I guess you are getting pretty New Year's Eve. You're getting pretty what? Did I miss a page? Wait a minute. I think I missed a page. I did. I guess you're getting pretty tired of commuting back and forth from Napa. I don't know what kind of an apartment you and Nell could get. It's really up to you, hun, but maybe you'd be better off at your mother's. There's only Evie and Cookie there now. Isn't there? Anyway, hun, if you would rather live with Nell, I trust your judgment. How about the money deal? Just make sure you and Nell could make a go of it before you try. If it should turn out you need to move. I'm glad you had a nice New Year's Eve, hun. I'm awful sorry you caught the cold, though. I sure wish I could have been there, though, hun. I know we both could have had a swell time. Maybe we can make up for it next New Year's Eve. Well, darling, must close now. Tomorrow we have off, so I guess I'll do some swimming. I miss you terribly, hun, and love you more every minute. Good night, sweet Bill. So cutesy. So cutesy. We're getting down to the last 3 letters for tonight. Very cute. So don't fall asleep on me yet. Sandy, you still hanging in there, or did you go to bed? Did you be over there snoring on me, sassy Sandy? I gotta pick on Sandy. Next, we have January 4th. Dearest darling, hooray for the mailman. He brought me 5 letters from you today. They were of the 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, and 28th. The ones I've been waiting for. That duck dinner you had with the folks must have really been good. My mouth is watering. So Frank is out of the service, lucky. How come did he apply on the over 42 plan? If so, it surprises me, as I thought he liked it. Guess maybe he was in long enough to learn better. I'll bet Dad slept through the movie Winged Victory, especially going so late. You rounders, whatever that means. Now it's Planner's duck. Oh, just to think of that wonderful food makes me hungry. I don't think I've ever had duck. I can't think of a better way to start out Christmas Eve than by having dinner there. Now you're opening packaging's what I've been waiting for. So I gave you a pair of shoes and a purse to match. They sound good, and I'm happy you like them. Helen must have done a good job. Seems funny you're telling me what I bought you. Now, hun, I just received my real Christmas present. The fact that I made you happy on Christmas Eve with the presents I told a couple of my friends that I would. Bet you cried when you read it. I'm so happy you liked it. Gertrude got it for me, and I made her, especially Dad promised not to let it slip because I wanted it as a surprise. I guess it really was. Good old Plink. So she went and consoled you. We've had our arguments, but I always did get along good with her. Too bad she had too many. No, too bad she had to marry the likes of Bob. We could have a lot of fun together if it weren't for him. Gosh, everybody seemed to give up something that looked like a swell list of Christmas gifts. Now another swell dinner. Oh, me. And you had a Trent 75 before dinner. I don't know what that means. Perhaps classy. I've never buried one, but I know they are supposed to carry. I've never tried one, but I know they're supposed to carry a wallop pink champagne for dinner. Gertrude was, oh my God, these are hard to read sometimes, was really pouring it on. Well, honey, after all, I'm sure you really enjoyed your Christmas. That really makes me happy, knowing that it also makes it a lot easier for me out here. Gosh, how I wish this rotten, he's got blank, 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 war would end. He keeps saying damn, so thinking that's the word fill in. So Wilma Period was married. Sounds like she had a nice wedding, but I think they would have to go a long way to beat ours. Mrs. Goss, I don't know. Sure seems it's like you. She really is a sweet old lady, not like the captain. I don't know, the something. It's sure nice of her to remember you on Christmas. Well, my wonderful little wife, about time to close off. Tell Al he's not the only one wishing I was home. I just hope he gets to stay there. I sure miss you awful, hun. Just a lovesick guy. That's so sweet. Good night, sweet. I love you, Bill. P.S. Hun, can you get one of those little photo books and send it to me? No, and send it to Mrs. Thelmy Reed. It's got an address. And also one out here to me for her husband. He's a swell friend and asked me to ask you. You might have possible get an extra one and save it in case I ever need another. And then his name. So he really likes those little photo albums and lots of pictures. You're still here. Well, I can't believe it. I'm actually keeping Sassy Sandy awake. You're not snoring yet, Missy? 2 more letters, Sandy. For tonight, we got 2 more. Okay. I'm so excited. Dearest darling, received a letter from Lou today, dated the 26th. Gosh, I was glad to hear you got out to see her and the gang. Christmas Eve and Christmas night. They were sure happy about it. She said you brought out the pajamas and showed them off. I was sure glad to hear you liked them. I won't say any more about it, though, until I hear you tell me all about how you spent the Christmas weekend. When I got that letter from Lee today, I thought sure I would get your letter of the 25th and 26th this evening, but no soap. Is that a line too? That's funny. So guess I'll have to put it off until tomorrow. Anyway, I'll keep my fingers crossed. Gosh, I've been busy lately. One thing about it anyway, and that is that it makes the time pass fast. Something it seems, I don't know what that word is. It seems as though the day is short as can be, and that isn't so. Revel is at revival. I don't know what that word is. REVEILLE. Revel is at 0500, and we turn to at 0630, and it keeps going. It must be something, some kind of drill or something. till 1700 or after this morning. I was up at 0330, and here it is, 1945. I might add, I'm ready for the sack. I want to look this up real quick. Just give me a second. I want to know what that word means. Oh, it's the bugle call. Cool. I'm like, what the heck is that word? Okay, it has REVILL, called in French. Le Reveille is a bugle call, trumpet call. Drum, fife, drill, fifey, and drum or pipes. That's cool for military. It's to wake up the sleeping soldiers and to let the sentries know that they could cease challenging. Okay. Okay, now it makes sense. I knew it meant something. It's just like they said it twice, and I'm like, what the heck? So it's the bugle call. Is at 0500 and we turn in. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. These last 2 nights, there hasn't been any wind but the bugs. I've never seen so many in my life. Tonight I was shaving and they flew in my hair, all over my neck, everywhere. The deck was covered with them, as were the walls and the ceilings. They aren't so bad around our huts, and we have some insect spray which keeps most of them outside. All in all, it's quite a place, hun. But just between you and me, I'll take good old California. I was going to write Emma tonight, but I think I'll give first call to the good sack tonight. I can't think of much more to say, hun, so I will close for now. Good night, sweet. I love you, Bill. So that was interesting to learn. I learned something new. Still learning some of the terms. And the last letter for this evening of that huge pile will be this one. So one batch lasts me for a couple hours. That's not bad. Okay. Happy New Year, darling, 1945. Gosh, we'll be old before we know it. Well, hun, anyway, I do hope your holidays were as good as possible. I may not have been with you, but my heart, feelings, love, everything sure was. I'm sorry I didn't write last night, hun, but I went to this show, first time in over a week, and didn't get back in time. We had yesterday off and worked today. I slept in yesterday morning and went swimming in the afternoon. You know me and my swimming. I'm getting pretty good tan again. Almost lost the one I got on the ship coming over here. I got out of the water just in time to shower and get to chow. Right after chow, the show started, so I stayed and seen it. They had the CB Orchestra entertained for an hour from 1900 to 2000. Before the shows, a treat to hear music firsthand way out here. The picture was a sneak preview of Bob Hope's latest, The Princess and the Pirate. It was in Technicolor and very good. I laughed the hardest right at the end, but I won't tell you more, as I hope you will see it or have you already. that took New Year's in. I was sound asleep when the whistles should have blown. Today was a regular work day, so there you have the full picture of my New Year's Eve and New Year's Eve day. How about yours, darling? I hope you had some fun. Today I received your letter of the 22nd. I'm sure glad to hear you're going to be able to spend a couple of days with the folks. The last letter Gertrude wrote, she said they were having the tree at home, so I'm sure you'll have or had a nice Christmas as possible. The Christmas party you had in the office sure sounded good. Leave it to my hump. Whenever she's in charge of it, it's bound to be good. Hun, tell those two sailors in the, this is another word, it's spelled a little better, admiralties. So it must be admirals. That's your not the only peers that likes to hear from them. Tell them at least to drop me a line, or I'll put them in the commission and order them to. Well, darling, must close now, so good night for now. All my loving kisses, Bill. So we got through another pile of letters. I'm so excited. Can't wait to see what next Wednesday brings. This was a lot of fun. I enjoy sharing Elsie and William with you all. I'm tied up in a bow, just like she had it. Let's close this. And I got to figure out one day of the week that I got to come and do. I got to finish this Christmas journal I never got to finish with you all too. But this is Wednesday letters for now. And we just got through with another wonderful pile. See there? Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. There's two letters where they're cut out. And I don't think he's saying where he's at, but they have talked about the Philippines. Yep. There was one part where it was cut out of one letter and another one where it was scribbled. So that's what I said. I think it's confidentiality is why those are scribbled. So I will put these aside because they are red. And the rest, I'm going to put these somewhere where I know, where I will not lose them. Here, we'll put you right there. And then we still have the rest. And then so far what I have got done that I did on my own for the Christmas is I have the hardback done. I do not have the signatures sewed in yet, but I do have 4 signatures. I did red, green, red, and green because I do want to finish this before Christmas for people who were following along. The only thing I wish I had is a Christmas. You would think my having a used bookstore, I could find one Christmas magazine, but I do not have anything in Christmas that I can find. I found a Halloween one, but that don't help. Because I wanted to add some magazine pages to this because I want to change it up some. But that's what I have done in this one so far. And the only other one that I did for Christmas, I was going to do 2 folder ones, but I ran out of time because I had some other things I had to finish. I had some Happy Mails to finish. I have another private journal I'm making for someone as a gift, which I will show the video of that after Christmas because I want the person to get their present first. And this is the folder one that I did. So I did get this one done. I was going to do the other half of the folder, but I just didn't get a chance to get it started. But I think this one turned out really cute. I had done playing with a bunch of different people's digitals off of Etsy. And so I have this one. I got a lot of stuff on my plate coming up, but I thought this was cute. I actually should have started using this because I think I'm going to use this as my journal this year. But I should have started on this on December 1st. And of course I didn't because I'm behind in journaling this year. I just got behind. I'm like a couple months behind. I got a lot of catching up to do with a bunch of different things. And I've been a busy woman. And Sandy can verify it because I have been cleaning my butt off. Like literally scrubbing walls down, doing all kinds of stuff. And then I got a tooth problem it's going to be taken care of next week. I have no clue what they're going to do with this tooth. I've been gurgling salt water to keep the infection and stuff down. But yeah, it feels like it's going to have to come out. So that's going to be fun. And other than that, I've just been busy. Busy little beaver. And yes, I am planning. I just don't know when. And it's really irritating because I was hoping to get off the ground sooner. But I have a Facebook page sitting in limbo. I have another YouTube channel sitting in limbo. I just got the art to do the banner. I have not even started on this channel yet. And I have an Etsy store, a whole new name that's going to match. Facebook page, Etsy store, and I got to launch it. I just don't know when. But I'm excited about it because it's something different. And I wanted something that didn't have my first name in it. Something that's a little catchy and can relate to everybody that visits the channel. Because I kind of like it when I see people, make a page and then it kind of like includes everybody. Because I don't want it to be just about me, this next channel. I want, because eventually I like to have merch for it. But I think it'd be cool. I want to do not like Teesprings or something where you got to get, pay pricey, but something that everybody can feel welcome to. It's just different. And I'm so excited because it took me forever to pick this name. And I'm actually surprised nobody had it because I haven't found anybody at Etsy that had it or a YouTuber that had it. So that was even surprising because everything's always taken. And a good thing to do is like to run a search if you're trying to name a channel. But I'm excited about this next channel. I actually have business cards made out in it already. And I actually have a punch, like a wooden stamp made with the name of it. So I'm pretty excited. And I'm going to sneak up on you all because I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to run it for a little bit and see what kind of people that it attracts. And then if you have a channel, I just might sneak in and you might not know it's me. And it's going to be fun because I like sneaking up on people. I think that's fun. People don't know it's you. But sometimes you can get away with that. Sometimes you can't because I use certain phrases that people catch pretty easy. So I'm easy to bust. But it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm trying to put some work into it. I never thought I would do a second channel because I have a hard time getting this one, the stuff I need to get done on this one. But I kind of want to do something different. So I thought, why not? And it's not going to be like this one. It's not going to be a variety channel. And it's not going to be where I don't think I'm going to do lives on it. I think it's just going to be videos only. So, but we shall see. One step at a time. Because I like my lives here and stuff like that. But we'll see what happens. But I am excited about it. The Etsy stores are another thing, though. It just takes so much time to create things, get pictures, upload. And I just haven't had the time to do it this year, but I'm hoping I will next year. So we shall see. But I am excited because it's something that I would have never thought to do. And I wasn't going to do, like, you know how like gamers have a gamer channel only and they fit into a niche. I like a variety channel. That's what this one's going to stay. But I figured, because I'm always fighting with YouTube's algorithm with this channel, because they don't know where to put me, because I'm all over the place. But the other channel is going to be a niche. It's going to be just one thing. And that's going to be hard for me to do, but we'll see. And I might do uploads maybe like 3 times a week. It just depends on what I can get done. But it's not going to be as much as this channel. Because I think I have like 1,700 posts on this channel already. That's a lot since 2017. Where the next one I'm going to do a lot different. I want to do it differently, just to do a comparison between this channel and that channel to see how they do in YouTube. And it's kind of like an experiment too. So yeah, it's going to be different and exciting, I think. But we'll see how YouTube likes it and how it promotes it. But it's going to be weird starting back from zero because I have no friends on it. I'm going to feel like a YouTube newbie. But I'm going to do it a lot different than I did this one. I want to try something different with a new channel that I've never done before. So, I mean, you know what I mean? As far as how I approach YouTube with it and see what happens. That's what I'm kind of curious about. See how it goes. And there's some different things I want to do on how I follow people back on that channel compared to this one. It's just going to be completely different. But anyways, I want to thank everybody for stopping by. And I'm so glad you get to come and listen to the letters because I really do enjoy them. So next week, we will continue with the World War II letters. Hopefully they'll last for this month. But I think this might be, this year and last year, might be the end of these letters, depending on how much I get read. So I do want to make a playlist of these letters. So I'm going to have to go back into my thing and maybe do a playlist with them all together. So that way, if anybody's interested in just that category, they can do it. And I'll have to think of it. I'll have to make a new thumbnail. But I think this will end it this December, hopefully. This will be all their letters. And then I don't know what I'll do next December. I do have another set of letters, but not this long. And they're different. But I don't know if I'm going to do military every year. But I do like to honor our military and find a way to do so. But this year has been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed this for the month of December before Christmas. But anyways, with that being said, you have a good night too, Cherise. I hope everybody has sweet dreams tonight and you all take care. And thanks for spending your time with me. Thank you all. Let me get this in here. Take care, everybody. Mwah! And the Cookie Monster says, yes, cookie time is coming because Christmas is around the corner. Like his cheesy grin. Good night.